Hello to my musical people. I'm going to do a little tutorial today on Carry You Home. That's got a couple of chords, nice easy progression. I'll show you the shapes, a couple of rhythms you can use so it's nice and easy to pick up. First, the chord G minor. So root position G, B flat, D. Second chord we need is B flat. Now in root position that's usually B flat, D and F, but I want to do it in this shape, F, B flat and D. So that's a second inversion chord. So we're going from G minor to B flat. You only have to move one finger. So that's why it's good to do it in that shape, especially if you're a beginner. That way you don't have to look at your hands too much. You want to rely on feel a little bit more. Third chord is E flat. So to do this one, I'm going to do it in first inversion. So that means I'm going to have G, B flat, and E flat with the pinky. So you just slide your pinky in a little bit. So you can see these chords are all using similar notes. They're all using the B flat, which is nice and central. So you've got G minor to the B flat chord, then to E flat, you just swivel. Use your wrist a little bit to just swivel up. And your middle finger just stays on B flat the whole time. Because there's going to be a lot of B flat to E flat chords, and that way you can just kind of pivot off your middle finger. The last chord, well, chords, they're a bit of a hybrid. So we've got an F chord. Just a regular F chord is FAC, but I like to add in a little sus. So we get F, B flat and C, and then that resolves down to the A. So that way, in a way, all the chords are actually using the B flat. So I'll walk you through the chord progressions and show you a couple of different rhythms that you can use so you can play the accompaniment if you were playing with a singer or somebody else on lead. So here's our chord progression. Right hand I've got just below middle C. So there's middle C there, that's my shape. Left hand I'm just going to play root notes because again this is for beginners, and a good shape to be in is to have your middle finger on G. Because left hand's going to play the root notes, B flat, E flat, B flat, because there's a lot of E flat to B flat. It's going to be a lot of that. So if you keep your hand in that position, again, you can rely on feel a little bit more. You got to try not to look at your hand so much, peeps. G, we're just going to play G with G, B flat, thumb. So both of your thumbs are doing something. Right hand thumb's just having a little swivel down to the F. E flat, pinky, left hand is on E flat, hopefully. Right hand's got to do that little turn here. Feel with your pinky for the E flat. Then we're coming back to the B flat. So it's a little bit of that. It's good to practice just swiveling that right hand and try not to look at your left hand. It's not going anywhere. Pinky thumb, you could do that all day. You don't have to look at your hand. So try to get used to that shape. Really trust this middle finger in the right hand to tell you where you are. So you can feel if you're off on the side or if you're a bit more straight, you'll be doing these chords. A bit on the side, you're doing the E flat chord. And then the F sus. To kind of stay in this position, you can just go 1, 3, 4 on there. It's a little bit of a no-no, but in this context, it's okay. Fourth finger, and then you can just pull off. Or you can replay the chord. So at the start, he does more of a finger picking type of thing. So we just want to be a bit more chill. So these are 2 beats. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 to E flat, swiveling, and then we get 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the same thing. 2, 1, 2. There's our intro. Then it gets a bit more upbeat. So in the verse, it's going to speed up a little bit. And because the verse and the bridge and the chorus all have kind of a similar rhythm pattern, we want to create a little bit of a build. So in the verse, what I would do is hold down your left hand on the root note, and the right hand's going to play on the and beat. So we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's our pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and to be a little faster than this, but this is how you want to practice it. So the right hand's playing on the and beat every time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Oh, I bet it on you, honey. Oh, I would risk it all. Then we're going to bring it up a little bit in the bridge. The right hand's still going to do the same thing, but now the left hand's going to play a couple more beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So right hand's still exactly the same. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we're going into the chorus. Right hand's still going to do the same thing. Now the left hand's going to play on even more of the beats. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So left hand's playing on all of the number beats. So we get oh I, and then hope is when you're going to come in on the G. Oh, I hope you know I will carry you home, whether it's tonight or 55 years down the road. Oh, I know there's so many ways that this could go. Then you gotta scroll. Don't want you to wonder, darling, I need you to know. Now with this bit, we're just playing just single chords. In this and every life. This is the one time that I would use E flat as a root position to really walk down from the F. So we get 1, 2, F, 2, 2, 3, 4, and then we get I choose us every, and then we come in on time. That's when we want to bring in that rhythm again. Time. So it's just the same pattern as the chorus. Then we're into the verse. This is where you can change it up a little bit. You can just go back to the normal. Into that bridge again, where the left hand can add a couple of extra beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Been changing, my love, my mind is set on you. I'm not afraid to say it, to say I do. Then we're going into the chorus again. That's where the left hand's going to play on all of the beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and swiveling for the E flat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we get that little walk down again. Singles. This and every life. So on this one, he'll add some more of the rhythm. The other one was a bit more laid back. So we start off with just singles. This and every life. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we're back to that chorus. E flat, B flat. Just really chill. This is where I would just sort of just single. Getting fancy, you can do a little arpeggiated chord. Oh, I hope you know I will carry you home. And it's like soft and slow. 55 years down the road. if you like it, you can move it up for the ending, make it a bit softer and more gentle. You can have your left hand copy your right hand with the shapes. It's another sort of easy way to embellish things, especially when you get to a slower part. You can just sort of break it up between both of your hands. If you want to do the intro a little bit more like the original, which is a bit more finger picky and a bit higher up, you can do the G minor in this shape, second inversion. Then the B flat we're going to do in this shape. So it's B flat, D and F like that. E flat's in root position. And then back to B flat. So we get left hand, you can just do like an octave or just a root note. B flat. B flat. And then to do the F sus4, you can have C, F, and then B flat is the sus. So to do that transition, sus, then F. A little bit more like the finger picking style. You know I will carry you home, whether it's tonight or 55 years down the road. Oh, I know there's so many ways that this could go. Don't want you to wonder, darling, I want you to know. And then that's when it can get into the verse and you pick it up a little bit. You can do any of these patterns that we were doing in other inversion shapes. So you can actually do the whole thing. You could do the verse in one area, the chorus in another area. And what I mean by that is instead of starting on G root, and then that kind of makes all of these chords stick in that zone. You could do the G minor chord in second inversion, like this. Left hand's still just going to do the root notes. And then that means our E flat is going to be root position. B flat is going to be first inversion, so it's going to be that shape instead. And then F chord is going to be second inversion like this. And it just emphasizes different notes. Just gives it like a bit of a different flavor. The other option, of course, let's just use the verse as an example. So instead of starting G as a root or a second, G could start as a first inversion. So you're going to be like that. It's just going to change the way that you move your wrist a little bit with some of these. So G minor in first inversion. Then to get to E flat, you're going to be like that. So the D is turning into the E flat. B flat's going to be root position. And then the F, it's a bit tricky to get the sus in there and make it sound okay. Doesn't sound too bad actually, because the left hand's got the root pretty well established, so you can do it that way. And then your F is just like that, first inversion. So you're still playing the same chords, they're just in different shapes. I'm not afraid to say it's true. And then you might move into the root position for the chorus. So that's how you can get different flavors in different areas, especially when they are kind of just using the same chords. So you can start in a different zone. So I'll just go through that one more time. If we were in like this, like starting in G root, we would be going like this. E flat would be this. B flat would be this. F would just be root position, like that. If we we start in this zone where you start on a G minor first inversion, E flat is going to be second inversion, B flat's going to be root, F is going to be first inversion, and if we add in the sus, we're just doing that. And if we start in the other zone, so we've got G minor in second inversion, that makes E flat root, B flat first inversion, and F is going to be a second inversion, and then the sus is just up like that. It's just a few different ways that you can play around with it. It's a nice little piece. It's in the same key as the original, so you can play along with it and practice. I'd start slowly first to get used to the rhythm, and then just play along with the original and you'll be able to speed it up.